Who doesn't want to change their lives? Maybe Jeff Bezos? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let Me Learn Ya, where I, a registered and licensed dietitian with a master's of human nutrition, I almost said human psychology. Is there a pet psychology master's degree? I'm already losing it. Everybody. Welcome to another episode of Let Me Learn Ya, where I, a registered and licensed dietitian with a master's of human nutrition, save you the time and effort of all that pesky reading and knowledge collecting and share with you all of the things that I have learned. Today I'm introducing a new series that I have titled Changing Your Harmful Health Beliefs. This is the introduction video, giving you an idea of why I felt that it was important to devote an entire series to changing your beliefs, specifically when it comes to having harmful health beliefs. But there will be 4 more installments, so stay tuned for those. Because no joke, they will change your life. I've had matcha today from my tiny little cup. Let's get into it. You all know we live in a society right now that is just crippled by the amount of misinformation and nonsense that is permeating our social media, our family conversations, you name it. It's become even more obvious in this past year and a half. And honestly, misinformation wouldn't be that big of a deal if it didn't lead to people developing beliefs that are so hard to change. Once somebody believes something, they will listen to evidence coming from a drunken baby writing a blog over piles of evidence, scientific consensus, because that drunken baby's agreeing with you. It's supporting your belief. I don't know why I picked a drunken baby. There is an amazing comic strip by The Oatmeal. If you haven't heard of The Oatmeal or ever seen his comics or played his wonderful, I think it's a flaming cat game, he's hysterical. I put a link in the description below if you want to learn more about why it's so hard for us to change beliefs and why it's a universal thing. It also wouldn't be that big of a deal if those beliefs that were developed weren't also harmful. None of this would matter if those beliefs didn't lead to dire consequences. If somebody got me to believe that chewing gum helps me lose weight, that's not really gonna cause a problem. But if somebody tells me that if I go on an 800 calorie diet and get these weird hormone injections that I'm gonna be super thin and super healthy, and I do it, and then I end up causing possibly permanent damage to organs or God knows what, or maybe pass out or heart failure, that's when these beliefs can become dangerous and harmful. 65%, I would say, of my job is actually correcting incorrect health beliefs, dangerous, harmful health beliefs that people have collected from media influencers to fitness bros, from their uncle, cousins, step nephew. I know it's frustrating for y'all because you're sitting there going, who do I believe? And now, hopefully, you're also questioning, what beliefs do I have that could be totally wrong? If you think you've escaped believing in things that are completely untrue, let's test you a little bit and see if you believe any of these things. Do you believe that most women like the color pink? Well, that's completely not true. And actually, according to surveys, the overwhelming majority of women prefer the color blue. Also, did you know that blue used to be considered a feminine color? Did you believe that witches were burned at the stake during the Salem witchcraft trials? Because they weren't. Do you believe that you should never give up? Quitters never prosper? That's total BS. There are many times that you should quit. For instance, a horribly abusive relationship, a job where you are not being respected and it's a toxic environment. Do you believe that people should aim to take about 10,000 steps a day? Well, that's total nonsense. That number was actually created by a Japanese marketing company who was selling pedometers because they thought it was just high enough that it would be aspirational, but just low enough that people might hit it. And it was just regurgitated over and over again. And now you have doctors saying it and health professionals. Do you believe that everybody should drink about 8 cups of water a day? Nobody knows where that came from. No research behind it. Again, it was just something that was regurgitated over and over again until everybody believed it. These are just all examples of how a thought can turn into a belief, and that belief can turn into a belief held by an entire society, that we're all just collectively understanding that this thing is true and nobody knows why, and there's actually no evidence. This is, as I said before, very harmful when it comes to beliefs about your health that aren't true. Incorrect beliefs can prevent you from reaching your goals. It can cause you to bully yourself, believe that you're a failure. It can cause you to harm yourself. It can cause you to harm people that you love if you pass those beliefs onto them. Blame and hate yourself. They can make people blame and hate others. This is abundantly clear, what with fat phobia and fat bias. You could be wasting your time at best, nothing happens, or doing temporary or possibly permanent damage at worst. And the problem is that if you damage your body and it's permanent, it's over, buddy. When you damage your body, you can't turn it in for a new model. These are all the reasons why I thought it was important to do an entire series talking about 4 health beliefs that I feel are the most incorrect, the most commonly held, and also the ones that will give you the biggest bang for your buck if you change only one of them. The 4 beliefs that I'm going to tackle in this series are that you should be the boss of your body, that the only cause of weight gain is an energy imbalance, too many calories coming in, not enough calories being burned, and that the only solution to lose weight is by reducing the amount of energy coming in. That there is only one diet that's healthy for everyone, and that a calorie is just a calorie. All food is equal, and as long as you're keeping your calories in check, nothing else matters. In this series, you will learn where these beliefs came from, if there's any research behind them, why they are harmful, and best of all, what you can do to change them immediately. And then you will be free. You will be free as a bird. You will be happy, tearing off the shackles of gross health lies perpetuated by media and fitness bros. If you have ever changed a belief in your life, you know that it may take forever, but something happens. Somebody says something differently to you, or you read something, and all of a sudden, boom, it clicks. You are no longer the same from that point forward. You can't go back. I'll give you a perfect example of when this happened to me. A decade before I decided to go back to school and become a registered dietitian, I was somebody who thought I knew how to cook because I heated up macaroni and cheese on the stovetop. I was constantly eating out. Everything was pre-processed, pastas, chips, cookies, sweets, drinking sodas. The only relationship I had with food at that time was food either makes me fat or it doesn't. It either tastes good and makes me happy or it doesn't. And it should stop my stomach from grumbling. That's the only thoughts that I had about food. And I still don't remember where I read this, but I read that everything you put in your mouth is broken down and repurposed to build every cell in your body, every protein, every enzyme, every little thing. And I was eating Lay's sour cream and onion chips because those are my favorite. And I just stopped and I was like, oh my God. Looked at the ingredients on the bag And I was like, I'm made up of corn and sugar and preservatives and additives. That's basically it, man. Like, that's what all my little cells are made of. From that point forward, I went from food is fattening food or not, tasty or not, and gets rid of the grumble, to, oh my God, everything I'm putting in here is fueling my body. It's building my body. I want to pick the best building blocks to build my body. So that's just an example. And I want y'all to experience that same thing that I did, that light bulb moment where suddenly everything changed, and my life has been better since that day. So enough blabbing about it. Let's get into it. My first post will be coming out shortly, and it will be called Be the Boss of Your Own Body. So come along on the journey with me and buckle up, y'all, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. I know there's gonna be people arguing with me in the comments, and that's totally cool. I welcome that. Bring it on. Bring it. Thank you so much for sitting through this video. I really hope that you join me in this whole series. I really think it's gonna be helpful and possibly change a lot of minds and a lot of lives. So I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Bye. I'm talking out of my butt during a video talking about misinformation. Cool. Oh my God, what are you doing back there? That was the last day I ate mac and cheese. I'm kidding, I still eat mac and cheese every once in a while, but it's super rare. You drink now while I'm filming. Dogs, you know? Super cute, but super annoying. And then she's gotta lick her bowl going full whip. Well, there's no food in it. Yeah, there's no food. There's no food anywhere, dog, give up. Shamefully cute. I love you. Oh.